What's up guys, we got a fun one for you today. So a couple weeks ago I was scrolling on my phone and I saw this video of this guy taking a lens off of a gimbal, putting another lens back on, and the gimbal was perfectly balanced. And he was like, you'll never have to rebalance your gimbal ever again with this new product, Stabilens. So I clicked on the link, looked at the website a little bit, and I found a little button that says order one here for free. And so I clicked it and then it arrived at my door. And so that was pretty cool. No, I'm just kidding. So what happened is I saw it and I was like, yo, I want to test that product out, but I'm like, I'm not sure if I want to just straight up buy it right away. I want to give it a test. So I was like, hey, you know, let me reach out to this guy. So I reached out to Stabilens and I was like, hey, I have a YouTube channel. I was like, I have over 1,000 subscribers. You know, I have my channel just hit over 100,000 views. So I was like, you know, I was trying to flex on him a little bit.
I don't mean to flex.
So he checked out the channel and liked the content that I was doing. And obviously thank you to you guys for subscribing to the channel, liking the videos, sharing, commenting, all that good stuff. You guys are awesome. So he ended up sending me one and I started testing it out. And so that's what this video is about today. My review on the Stabilens gear ring that allows you to never have to rebalance your gimbal ever again. So let's get into it. Actually, before we get into it, quick disclaimer that I forgot to say when I refilmed this section. So I'm gonna go back to an earlier take real quick for this disclaimer. Everything that I say in this video is 100% my opinion, and I'm not being paid to say anything specific. I don't have any talking points. I'm just making my own review video on a product that I was interested in, and he sent me one. That's it. Just a disclaimer so you guys know where I'm coming from and what's happening here. All right? Cool. It comes just like this. It's a rubber ring and it has holes where you can put weights, as you can see here. And all of these weights basically act as a way to take one lens that's going to be heavier than the other lenses that you have and make your lighter lenses match the weight of your heavier lenses. And the way it does that is it gives you the option to add a bunch of different little weights and get that dialed in perfectly, and you can add weights to different sides of the lenses too to match the different weight distribution of lenses as well. So basically what it does is it makes your lens kit that you bought from different lenses over time, different manufacturers, different sizes, it makes it into kind of one cohesive lens kit that you might buy and spend like a high premium for. So I thought that was a really cool idea, and it works really well. It's a really smart design and it's pretty easy to use if you follow the tutorials that they've made on their YouTube channel. So basically what I did is I went out and I tested it in the field. I got my gimbal all balanced out, got some shots on the gimbal on my 18-35. I switched over to the 24-70 and just wanted to test how that would be in the field, and it was seamless. I took one lens off, put the other one on, didn't even worry about balancing. I was all good to go. All right, so we have our lens that's lighter than our other lens, so it's gonna fall backwards, right? So this works best if you actually have the lens hood that goes with the lens. So what you'll do is you'll put your rubber Stabilens ring onto the lens hood. If you don't have one, you can just go straight onto the lens. So you do it without any weights inside the Stabilens ring, and you just stretch it out, have a little notch right there. You wanna line up that ring right there that's on the Stabilens with that notch. So that way you know every time you put it on, if you do need to take it on and off, you know where to put it. It's lined up with that little dot, so that'll help. So now we're gonna put this onto our lens hood, onto our lens. And clip it on. We're already getting a little bit better weight, so that's good. So then what you wanna do is start with the lighter weights on the left side. You just add weights, and you don't add them evenly around. You start by adding them on the left, and then work your way out from there. And once you've got the front balanced, then you wanna distribute the weight a little bit differently. So let's get a tighter shot here and let's see how it goes. Start with the smaller weights and put those into the lens. Okay, we got one weight in there. And like I said, you don't place them evenly. You start from the middle on the left and you just keep adding and more until your first axis is stabilized. As you can see, we use just 4 little weights and we're balanced. All right, let's see how that changed the other axes. Axes? Ooh. Instead of adding new weights, we're gonna take a weight out from our original weight, so that way the front and back stays level, and then we can also change which side of the weight. All right, let's see. Still front and back balanced, and we're still too heavy on this side. I think because this lens is skinnier, this lens is fatter, that must be the difference. So what are we supposed to do then? I mean, I know I can just take some of this off, but I don't like that. So what I could do is I could add more weight to this side and then move it back further. Because the further back I move it, the more weight I'll need to add. And then if I have more weight on the left side of the camera, That should balance that out. Let's try that. The nice thing is you can just take this on and off when you need to. So now we got our heavier one. So we'll try that. And I'm just gonna go ahead and start on this side because I already know the problems we're facing with the left and right. So. Hey, it worked. Moved it further back and we added heavier weights. It actually worked. Sweet. Okay, we're good. The only thing is it feels like it's actually a little, how's our up and down? All right, it's a little front heavy on the up and down. So let's try. Still good there. We're good there. Awesome. We haven't changed anything with the balance of the gimbal. So if we swap from the 18 to 35 back to 24 to 70, it should be perfectly balanced. Let's test it out. Let's see what we get. Let's see what we get. How about that? That's awesome. It's actually a really smart idea to do it the way that they said on their YouTube channel. Place the weights around, because then that way you can change essentially how wide and how heavy the lens is, you know? So that's a really smart idea. So now these two lenses weigh the exact same amount in the exact same places. So this lens is actually probably heavier than this one now. I don't know, because like weight distribution, I don't know math. Okay, so after getting this setup balanced and working together, I ended up adding some extra things to the gimbal that I usually use on a shoot, which includes ND filters, follow focus, and some extra cables. And when I did all that, it added some extra weight to the setup in different areas that made it very difficult to balance. And so I ended up having to add extra weight to my reference lens, which was the heavier lens with 24 to 70. And this was because my lenses were so similar in weight, and the extra weight that I added made it pretty complicated to get it balanced out correctly. Now, if you want to see how I did that and see a little bit more of the process of balancing that, let me know in the comments down below. I could upload some special features from the DVD, some deleted scenes, so you guys can see all that bonus footage. But I just wanted to let you guys know going in the next clip, if you notice my setup looks different from the setup that we just worked on and got balanced out, that's the reason why. All right, let's get into the next section. All right guys, so we're out here gonna test out this setup first. This is the 24 to 70 at the 18 to 35 in my backpack. So we're gonna get some random shots and then see how quickly we can change lenses to the other lens, get some more wide shots, get some cool stuff. Something fun for you guys to look at. Let's do it. So now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna swap to the 18 to 35 here. I'm gonna get some wide shots of this water area, and we're gonna see how easy it is to swap lenses. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is we need to turn off our gimbal. Okay, now it's off. Now if you notice when I turned it off, it didn't really go anywhere. It means it's properly balanced. So we'll need to pull the follow focus off. Need to pull the ND off. There we go. I'm just gonna go ahead and put this on the other lens. The hard part is when you change lenses outside, because you don't ever want to expose your sensor. You don't have to. All right, so that's good. Let's see. Look at that. It worked. I was not expecting that. So let's get some wide shots and then we'll come back and do another lens swap. Wide shots, some wide shots. Some trees, okay, why not? Some of this. The sun keeps moving. I don't know why this feels lighter now. The whole point of Stabilens is that you're putting the same amount of weight. Somehow this feels lighter. Oh, I don't have the backpack on. Yep, that's why. I missed it. Let's go shoot that thing. Except for I don't know how to focus or expose all of a sudden. All right, I'm gonna go slow-mo for this thing. What is it? What did you say?
Crane.
Crane. The only crane I know is the one that goes up and down with the camera on it. Oh. Yeah, that'll work. Thank you. So once you get it all set up, it works great, but there is a little bit of setup that's involved. So you're gonna wanna make sure you spend some time the day before your shoot, getting to know the system a little bit and getting to know the weights of your lenses and getting all that set beforehand so you don't have to worry about it day of, because it's gonna take you a long time and it's kind of a hassle, and it's something I wouldn't really wanna like think about on a shoot day, especially if I'm doing that in front of like a client or something, or if people are waiting on me to get the shots going. So I would recommend doing that definitely the day before. If you have a kit that you kind of run with all the time and you're not changing lenses that you use, not renting a bunch of different things, this is a great product. This is a great way to go because you can just keep it on your lens, and Stabilens actually recommends that you use a lens hood, and then you don't have to actually take it on and off your lens. You don't have to worry about getting it in the way of the zoom ring or the focus ring, and it's better for storage too because you can just keep that on the lens hood, put that away, and put your lens in your lens case or wherever it goes. A lot of times I just use the same lens on the gimbal because swapping lenses is just kind of a hassle. So using the 24-70, I can get some like tighter shots, some more portrait shots, really get a blurry background that looks awesome on a gimbal. I can go down to the 18-35, which is what I usually run on the gimbal. It's a great run and gun lens on the APS-C sensor I have on the Pocket 6K. And then when I'm going into slow motion, like 120 frames a second on my camera, it crops in on the sensor and it goes down to 2.8K. And so when it crops in that much, I have a wider lens that I like to use, which is the 11-20 from Tokina. And so with all three of these lenses, they cover a lot of ranges. And so if I'm doing a shoot where it's like mostly gimbal work, I want to be able to swap lenses quickly and not have to worry about like rebalancing and all that stuff. So in that case, man, the Stabilens is a great call. Let's talk about pricing. So the cheapest thing you can get is the $100 kit, which comes with one Stabilens ring, and it comes with weights to be able to put onto one lens. So basically that's gonna be your starter 2-lens kit. And the reason it's a 2-lens kit is because you have your heavy lens and then use the Stabilens ring on your lighter lens, and then that's gonna match the weight of your heavier lens, so you have 2 lenses you're able to use on the gimbal with no problem. And then the step up from that is the cinematographer's kit, which is a 3-lens kit. So that comes with 2 rings, which is what Stabilens sent me to test out. And so you're now able to use 3 lenses. You have your reference lens and then 2 lenses that you can put the Stabilens rings on. And it also comes with 2 different weights, some heavier weights and then some lighter weights. I think they're 5 and 12 grams. They allow you to get really precise on how much weight you're adding to your lens, which is really nice. One step up from that is your 5-lens master kit, which is gonna be $275. And that allows you to take all of your lenses and have a whole entire kit ready to go. You can put whatever you need on a gimbal. So if you're doing a lot of gimbal work and you know that you need that variety of lenses, that would be the way to go. That's kind of the top of the line that Stabilens offers. Now that we've talked about pricing, we looked at how it works, and I showed you some of the ins and outs of the system. Let's talk about pros and cons and whether this is right for you. So one of the pros, obviously, is it's gonna save you time rebalancing your gimbal. That's kind of something that branches out into other areas too, because if it saves you time, then it's gonna save you money. You're gonna be able to do more with the time that you have. Clients are gonna be happy because you're getting a variety of shots that they wanna get, and they're not waiting around all day for you to rebalance your gimbal. Another pro is it's going to open up more variety of lenses that you can use on your gimbal. It's gonna allow you to be a little more creative. It's just gonna take one of those limiting factors away of having the time to rebalance it, and it's just gonna make your life easier because you now have your whole lens set to be able to use on your gimbal, rather than just picking one lens and kind of going with that throughout the whole day. Another thing is it's easily repeatable. So if you wanted to pull this off and put it on a tripod, if you know like, hey, I'm not gonna be doing any gimbal stuff for like the next 2 weeks, you can pull it off. Let me grab a lens hood so you can see what I'm talking about. So if you line that up with the mark on your lens hood, you know exactly where it needs to go the next time you put it back on your hood. And so that just allows you to easily bring your lenses back out, put it back on your hood, put it back on your lens, and be ready to go on the gimbal. Also, I know a lot of people don't really use lens hoods, so you can just keep your Stabilens ring on the lens hood, take it off when you don't need to use it, bring it back on, you don't have to do any rebalancing. That's a great option too. If you don't have a hood for your lens, I bought some for some of my lenses, and they were like between $10 and $20, so it's not even that much of an extra investment if you do want to buy something that can just permanently have the ring on there. Speaking of that, another pro is it's not a permanent modification. It's not like you have to like gaff tape your weight onto your lens, or if you have to like screw something on, it's just a rubber ring, so it goes on and off easily. And the last pro on my list is they do have great customer service. I've been emailing back and forth with one of the guys at Stabilens who sent me this ring, and he's answered a bunch of my questions, and he's gotten back to me super quick. And these things actually have a lifetime warranty, so if this rubber ring ever breaks or snaps or anything like that, you know, you can get it replaced, and so that's not really something you have to worry about when you're kind of stretching it out, so that's cool. So let's move on to our list of cons. So the things to kind of consider, so some of our negatives on the list. So the Stabilens is kind of a one-size-fits-all, but it's not gonna fit like your really big cinema lenses. So it will stretch out pretty far, as you can see, but some of those really big cinema lenses, or if you have like, I don't know, like the Rokinon Zines or something, you're not gonna be able to get it on top of that because it's just not big enough. So that could be a con for some people, but I think most people kind of have the photo still lenses, or even some of the like the Rokinon Cine DS line, those cinema lenses are not very big. So I think that's kind of a popular size, which is why they went with this size to be able to stretch out. So I would see that as a con because they don't make a bigger option to go on bigger cinema lenses. So another con is that you actually have to spend a lot of time to set it up the first time using it, or at least I did because of my lenses, and they were so similar in weight. So it actually took me a little bit of time to get it all balanced and get it all set. So just know that going into it. I don't think that's a huge deal breaker. I don't think it's a huge negative, but just know that you're gonna have to get it all set and get all your lenses ready to go for the shoot day on the next day. And if you are gonna be taking these off and kind of reconfigure them on different lenses, just know it's gonna take you a little bit of time to get all of that set and ready to go. Think about that. I know one of the cons might be for some people is that it's expensive. I personally don't think it's too expensive. If you're spending $150, it's kind of like $75 per lens, you're kind of modifying your lens for 75 bucks to be able to be used on your gimbal quickly and efficiently, and kind of something that you weren't able to really even use on another shoot just because of the time that it takes. So I think it kind of opens up the possibilities, and it's something that you keep, something that you can take on and off and use on other lenses. So I personally think it's worth it if you're gonna be doing a lot of gimbal work. If you have, you know, like one shoot with a gimbal and it's like you just get a couple B-roll shots on the gimbal, it probably wouldn't be worth it for you because you're not doing much, you're not gonna be changing lenses much. But if you do a lot of gimbal work, if you do a lot of short film work where you need kind of the Steadicam look on a gimbal budget, then I think this is a great option. It just allows you to do so much more with your time, allows you to be more creative. In my opinion, that's worth spending, you know, 100, 150 bucks to be able to get that time back, to be able to open up your kit that you've paid a lot for these lenses that you aren't really able to use with your gimbal. To me, that's worth it, but I could see that being a negative, so I just wanted to bring up the pricing. Because you might just think, it's just like some weights and some rubber rings, like why would it cost that much? But there's a lot more like care and effort that went into it. From what you get from it and having the lifetime warranty, I personally think it's a good investment. Of course, I'm saying that for the people who are gonna be doing a lot of gimbal work. I wish that I could have this shoulder in the sun, because it's like over here in the darkness. Oh, should I have done the whole video over here? Yeah, I should have done that. Remember to hit the like button, subscribe for more comments on the videos. Am I still in focus over here? I think I am. If I'm not, press the like button twice. All right, guys, I'm gonna do the outro from here. Make sure you comment down below. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you had any questions. And hit the subscribe button, notification bell, so you see all those videos that are coming out. I'm putting out 10 videos per day for the next 100 days. So stay tuned for that, and make sure to hit like, because if you don't hit the like button, then I won't be able to make any more videos. And also comment down below that you press the like button. Okay, cool. See you guys in the next one. Bye.